Hi, so in my last videos on factoring quadratics, we learned how to factor and solve quadratics where the a term is 1. So we learned how to factor quadratics of the form x squared plus bx plus c. And in this video, we're going to factor quadratics of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So now there's a coefficient on the x squared term. In my last videos, there was no coefficient on the x squared term. So how are we going to factor a quadratic like this? Well, I've written up in the corner how you do it. So what you do is you let the b term, so the b coefficient, so b, so this b right here, you let b equal a times c, so a times c, so the a term times the c term, over m. Now m is just a number. So m is a number. Okay? So m is just any number. Okay? So we let b equal to a times c over m plus m. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this works. So I'm going to plug in b equals a times c over m plus m. So if we do that, I'm going to erase that. So we get ax squared plus ac over m plus m times x plus c. I just replace the b with ac over m plus m. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this out. So we get ax squared plus ac over mx plus mx plus c. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna factor this by grouping. So I'm gonna factor these two terms. So I'm gonna factor out an ax. So I get ax times x plus c over m. Okay? And now I'm gonna factor these two terms. So I'm gonna factor out an m times x plus c over m. Remember, we have to divide by m because when we multiply that by m, we'll just get c. So plus c over m. Now, that means, let me erase all this stuff up here. So far, we have this stuff. And now that means we can factor this as ax plus m times x plus c over m. So that's the factored form of that. So what this tells us is that if we have this quadratic equation up here, and we set b equal to ac over m plus m, then this equation will factor to ax plus m times x plus c over m. Now, what is AC over M right here? So what is AC over M? Well, AC over M would just be a factor of AC. So AC over M would just be a factor of the A term times the C term. So the A term times the C term. Now, that means if AC over M is a factor of AC, that means AC over M times M would equal AC. So that means M is also a factor of AC. So AC over M and M are just factors of the A term times the C term. So that's how you find M. But usually what I like to do is in my first few examples I solve for M, and then later we learn how to factor these quadratics faster. Okay? So ax plus m times x plus c over m. So let's do an example. Let's say we have 2x squared. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up in the corner here. So ax plus m times x plus c over m. Okay, so we have the quadratic 2x squared plus 4x plus 2. So how are we going to factor this? So what we do is we solve for m. So we're going to plug in our information into this equation right here. So b is 4, so we'll get 4 is equal to a times c over m. So a times c, which is 4 over m. So 4 is equal to 4 over m. Remember, we're trying to solve for m, plus m. Okay? Now, let's solve for m. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by m. So I'll get 4m is equal to 4 plus m squared. And if you rearrange that, you'll get m squared minus 4m plus 4 is equal to 0. And what do you know? This is a quadratic. And in this quadratic, the a term is just 1. So we know how to factor quadratics like this. We need to find some two numbers that multiply to 4 and add to negative 4. So that would be x minus 2 times x minus 2, since negative 2 plus negative 2 equals negative 4, and negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to 4. So x minus 2 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. We know how to solve this. So if we solve this, if you're confused on how to solve these quadratics, you should probably watch my last video. So if we solve this, we get, this should be m. We get m is equal to 2. So we found our m. So now we can just plug it back in and then put our quadratic in its factored form. So we have m equals 2. So that means the factored form of our quadratic is ax plus m. So a is 2, so 2x plus 2, because 2 is m, times x plus c over m. C is 2, 2 over 2 is 1. So we get 2x plus 2 times x plus 1 as the factored form of our quadratic. So all we did, remember, was we let b equal ac over m plus m, where m is some number, and it says that the factored form of our quadratic is ax plus m times x plus c over m. So that's an introduction of factoring quadratics where the a term isn't 1. And in the next few videos, I'm going to do some more examples of this, and we'll learn how to do it faster. Hope you like this video.